quick story about Dwayne Haskins' memorial and funeral that happened, I think, yesterday or the day before. So I was just scrolling through the internet, looking for Steelers stuff, kind of like I always do, see what's going with the team. And it has now been, I think, about a week or so since the Dwayne Haskins incident. But this reminds me of how passionate, how loyal, how the black and gold community with our Steelers is just amazing, right? I have you guys on the YouTube. There's a whole Steeler Nation community that people go to games in Heinz Field. Everyone's your mate. When you're going around worldwide, when your jersey with the terrible towel that I got from my friend Gil gave me that while I was in Washington. This thing is kind of like, yeah, there's a big part of this, with Dwayne Haskins, and I'll read this story in a minute about like the coaches and the players all went to his service, and it's good closure for them. But it kind of reminds you how amazing this thing is just besides football. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, when I wear the black and gold and I walk outside, I feel pretty good. Like I'm supporting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And when people come past and say hello, they're like, oh, what's that? Where's that from? Where's Pittsburgh? I tell them about it. I tell them about the team. I tell them where I'm going. I probably tell them too much about the team, right? So it's a massive thing, I think, this community and this, like, we are the world's team. Like, you have Mexico, England, my mate Pittsburgh Owen, my other mate here, Matty P, who lives down in Sydney way, who I do the behind the little curtain with. It's crazy. Like this whole thing is super fun, and why I love it is because you can put on the uniform or put on the Steelers, jersey or whatever, and yeah, you walk outside and you just go and meet people and say hello, like I do when I go to the airport. I've been to Heinz Field. Excuse me, I've been to Heinz Field like 3 times. I've been to Pittsburgh 3 times, right? Twice by myself and once with my dad. Now, the reason why I bring this up, and it's kind of like, I was reading the story, and I'm not going to show the website, but I'll link them both in the description. It says, Mike Tomlin speaks at Dwayne Haskins, funeral, right? And it says here via Brooke Pryor of ESPN, most of the current members of the Steelers roster attended, including Cam Hayward, Mitchell Trubisky, Deontay Johnson, and Coach Mike Tomlin. All right, served as one of 6 speakers. The service was arranged by Haskins' wife, Calabria. His parents are hosting public memorial services this weekend in New Jersey and Maryland. So this guy is well loved, but it shows you how the Steelers community can come around when one of their own guys, unfortunate events happen, and it just shows you that spirit that lives in with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the reason why I love the team, the reason why I absolutely adore, respect, like I can't wait to get back over there again, is because guys like Cam Hayward, Mitchell Trubisky, Deontay Johnson, and Coach Mike Tomlin. For all the Tomlin haters out there, look what the coach is doing. He's going to the late Haskins, remembrance, and saying his goodbyes. Like, he's stepping up and being a coach that we all love Coach Tomlin to be. So I love that. I love that fact that the black and gold is so strong, not black and yellow. The black and gold is so strong around the world. And when these things happen, the band of brothers comes together, right? So I think this happened, I'm recording here on the 24th, so this happened yesterday, right? It says here from Brooke Pryor, it says ESPN, Pittsburgh, surrounded by more than 100 members of Dwayne Haskins' family, friends, and former teammates, clutching single-stem yellow roses. Calabria, his wife, Haskins, helped release a trio of white doves over her husband's casket as wild gospel music played, right? So the 3 doves were in association to his number. But isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that it says here, Deontay Johnson, Mitchell Trubisky, who just became a Steeler. He just became a Steeler, and he's going out there. He didn't have to turn up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need to turn up in these situations. Mike Tomlin, Kevin Colbert, and President Art Rooney II. So, yeah, when these things happen, it makes you think, doesn't it? It makes you think how strong this community is with the Steelers. That late Dwayne Haskins, as sad as it is now, and we're all going through the grieving process, this kind of reminds me of like, damn, like, it kind of like, it gives you that reflection of like, it did happen. However, like there is such a good bond between all these players, these coaches and men and women coming together for a sad event. However, they're coming together to embrace one another, and I don't know what it is, like that steel forge, man. It's amazing. So it reminds me of just wanted to talk to you guys and just get it out there. I was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I'm just gonna talk it out, right? Because it's just interesting. Like I know when I go over to USA, the first thing I do is when I travel, like the rule is I've got like a golden rule, no pun intended. When I go on a plane to anywhere, if it's like England or America or wherever, I'm wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt because I can wear that. I can wear that throughout the airport, right? Everywhere I go to get a coffee, to get this, to get that. And if one person says something to me and says, "Oh, you follow the Steelers," I'm like, "Yeah, bloody oath, I follow the Steelers, 100%." And it sparks a conversation. And that's happened to me a few times while I've been over in Switzerland when I was in Europe, walking around with my Steelers shirt. This guy pointed to me and said, "Oh, you from Pittsburgh?" And I said, "Nah, mate, I'm from Australia." It's happened so much to me. And yeah, when I read that story about, I first read Mike Tomlin speaking at Dwayne Haskins' funeral or remembrance, right? And I was like, damn, like Mike Tomlin is a boss, man. I'm sorry, like he is. I do not apologize to anyone who wants to fire. If you want to fire him, you're nuts. Honestly, Mike Tomlin is a winner and he's a boss. He's a boss human. He's one of those people that I would love to shake his hand and say thank you. I wouldn't ask to get a picture. Like it would be cool. However, I would rather shake his hand first and say thank you, Mike Tomlin. Thank you for representing the Pittsburgh Steelers in the best way that you can. That's what I do. And that goes the same for Kevin Colbert and Art Rooney too. This organization is special. This is the reason why we don't lose that much. We haven't had a losing season since 2000 and I think 2, right? We have the most games won since 2002, right? We just don't lose because we have a great structure and a great organization. And when I read this story about Dwayne Haskins and all the brothers coming together to speak, for him at his funeral, I was like, we truly are like a Steeler nation. Like we are a Steeler nation. Like we are worldwide. That is why I tend to say in my intros, "G'day Steeler Nation Australia, G'day Steeler Nation Worldwide, and G'day Steeler Nation Universe," because that's what we are, 100%. That is what we are. So hopefully these fellas, it is an awful time. It's an awful time. It's still only been a week or so, right? But hopefully these fellas got a bit of closure. They got a bit of closure from the service. They got a bit of closure from being around each other, friends and family being around together. They got a bit of closure from Mike Tomlin's words or saying their own words. It's just amazes me all the time. Like I hope I can go back to Pittsburgh or even if I can travel Australia and meet some other people, not just on when I talk to Maddie online. Maybe I can go down and meet him for a beer and wear the black and gold because that's what I think is most important. Yes, we have the Steelers and we have them. We can watch them to win, and we will be like, "Oh no, that sucks if they lose and you didn't play too well." But at the end of the day, when I wear my black and gold and I see you wearing your black and gold, that sparks a conversation, and from that, anything can happen, right? Wearing this stuff has got me into good times, bad times, great times, silly times, fun times, boring times. It's got me into all kinds of things. And I can't go into too many things, but while wearing this, you always wear it with a sense of pride. And I'm very proud to be a Steeler fan, knowing that the fellas went to one of their own and sent Haskins off the right way. So hopefully that's a bit of closure for the fellas. And yeah, just shows you how much the black and gold can mean to, me, and it can mean to like the whole of Steeler Nation. The whole of Steeler Nation. We're going to go into a great season this year, even without one of our own Haskins. We are going to go into a great season this year. And hopefully, when you wear the black and gold and I wear the black and gold, that if you get together at the pub in Pittsburgh, in Florida, in New Orleans, in the UK, New Zealand, wherever you go, someone's going to say to you, "Are you a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?" Man. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out the video, and thank you for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. I'll see you guys later.